As promised, fans and friends, I bring to you the other Dodge Challenger from before. I talked about it just a little bit, so we're going to go over this rather quickly because everything else has pretty much been covered. The one thing that I did not remember seeing was the fact that the main line has no rearview mirrors, but as we can see, we will not be getting these two rearview mirrors because it is otherwise, I do believe it is the exact same mold. So other than that, we see exactly the same from the Dodge Charger video, everything here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And obviously it's 3. The Dodge Charger from before was number 4, by the way, if anybody was not keeping touch. There is absolutely no mention of, as in this one here, there's no mention of the tires. Obviously Mopar, obviously Dodge. And nothing for Formula Drift, because it doesn't happen to say Formula Drift on the car whatsoever. So that's out of the way. You can go ahead and get out of the package because that's the whole point. Usually I do the roll test, and I apologize, I did not do the roll test for that Challenger there because it's a Mattel. Mattel is very good. As everybody knows, I have an issue with Greenlight. You're paying so much more for them, and sometimes they don't roll. If you're keeping it for display, that doesn't matter. Nobody cares, but if you need it to roll, it might be important. So here we are, pearlescent paint, the Mopar. Two ways. We have it here and on the hood instead of the FD and the Dodge. We can see the exact same roll cage, exact same spoiler. The windshield appears to be identical. The interior appears to be identical. Pretty much, I think it's just a re-release. So here's where the contrast begins, where we can see right away the main line has the black grille, while I want to say Dodge Series has the red grille, and you could probably, if you ever took them apart, swap them. The underside appears to be almost identical. Everything is printed exactly the same. We can see T trademarking FCA US, LLC 2022, and at 2010 Mattel. R33, even they're even the same release. Transmission, transfer case, differential, all that appears to be the same. Where they've punched the holes appears to be the same. On the other side, we see the 1186 MJ and made in Malaysia, even in the same letters as the one on the left. So otherwise, it appears that they are just identical repaints of each other. Once again, one is pearlescent, one is not, so it's basically preference. Nothing on the back. Absolutely plain. And then once again, we go to the underside. Just quickly, the wheels are the same size and the same shape. The difference is you get two different colors on the side, and this one is just a smaller version of the other. I didn't notice that little indent there. It's because I noticed it here. But other than that, it says Dodge there, almost in the same, not nowhere near on the same spot. It actually says it extremely close to where the Dodge Charger had it from the premium. Obviously, it's from the same series, so why wouldn't they? Makes sense. But other than that, it appears that this 3 out of 5 from the Mopar series is nearly identical to the Formula Drift car. The only difference is obviously one is Formula Drift, sponsored with BF Goodrich on the side of it, and this one just is Mopar. So there we have it. Nearly identical Dodge Challenger Drift car. I assume it's from 2010. It is re-released 2022. However, because they don't put the year on it, they put the year for the Dodge Charger, but for some unknown reason, they didn't put it for this one. So, with nothing left to cover, I will do the drag race test for both of them. Why not? And as we can see, gravity and weight, they don't appear to weigh any differently from each other, so just picking them up, almost identical. So apparently the Mopar one wants to roll more. Yeah, for whatever reason, the Mopar one rolls more. So, cutting this off because I have pretty much covered everything. Like I said, I apologize. I don't have a new Dodge Challenger. And I apologize for that blooper. Basically, a certain somebody jumped on the counter and knocked everything over. It's not really important. I will just go over quickly. Everything else is the bucket seats inside the Challenger look actually really nice, as does the steering and everything else. But other than that, I have pretty much covered these two vehicles. They're exactly the same. The only difference between them, obviously, is that one of them is MOPAR from the MOPAR series, and the other is the Formula Drift, their basic series from Mattel. So, thank you, fans and friends, for watching. Sorry for that little blooper, but it happens. That's the way it is. Loki needs to be involved. Usually it's a Camaro issue, but I guess today was Challenger. So, thank you for watching. Keep in touch for what's upcoming, and until the next video.